Go-live is actually go-living.
It says your live.
Let's make sure.
It looks like we're live.
Live and learn. LERN.
Hanging on the edge of tomorrow.
Yep, there we go. We're live.
Yep, that's my name.
Not only are we live, I see myself bouncing.
Me like you bouncy? Hello, and welcome to episode 12 of Touching Grass. The show where we touch grass so you don't have to. Is that our catchphrase?
I don't think you've ever said that before, and I would still suggest that our viewers go out and enjoy some
Yeah, go outside and touch some grass.
after the stream. Stay or leave the stream running when you go out there, just for engagement's sake. Or like load the stream up on your phone and take us with you. I think that you could probably use these streams as podcast material.
I mean, they are podcasts. That's why we gave it a name and everything.
A podcast by any other name is just as grassy.
Last time we started talking about media that we consumed in 2025. And we didn't get through all of it. So we also didn't get through all of the objectives that we wanted to get through. So, let's just pick up where we left off. I guess before we really get deep into it, let's look at what we need. For neutral, we need to get the moth. Let's see, what can we not summon a raid for? I don't think we can effectively summon infected gnats. We might get a few. We'll get a lot more infected weevils, though. We can summon antlions. We can summon black ox beetles. I don't think we can summon green shield bugs. And I don't think we would want to. There's wasp drones, but we still need the wasp queen. So I feel like probably better off just going after the wasp queen. Because we could still get the wasp drone card from the drones that she spawns. And the infected wolf spider, which I believe is in the table for the infected bug raids, but like you can't ever actually get a raid with enough points to actually spawn one, I think is how it works. And then we got the red soldier ant. We could definitely summon an ant raid, but it might just be more effective to go slaughter the anthill. So let's see. Moth raids definitely would be worthwhile. Black ox beetles. Maybe antlions. Of course, we could just go to the sandbox and kill antlions. But if we summon them, we wouldn't have to be in the sandbox. So, I mean, there is that. And we could summon wasps, but I kind of don't want to.
Yeah, I'm looking.
And then I don't think any of the others can be summoned because we've got stuff like the aphid, the grub, meaty gnat, which we've only killed 4 of still, tadpoles, and water boatmen.
Do you want to try and go and do some BBQ medley nonsense?
Well, let's see how many BBQ medleys we can actually make.
I went and tiger mosquitoed a bunch last time, so I think we actually can do a couple at this point.
Yeah, it looks like the tiger mosquito beaks are what is our limiting factor, but we have 33 of them. Oh, actually, no, it might be our blood sacks, because it takes 3 per. I'm gonna start cooking. I'm not gonna cook too many at a time. We'll just do 10. What is the wasp queen weak to? Salty, right? To resist chopping, stabbing, slashing, explosive, and spicy. Chopping, stabbing, slashing. What does that
I think
leave?
I've got a pointy, stabby spear that I could.
Yeah, piercing. That's what that leaves. Oh, I already have my salty spear on me. Did I read that right? Piercing is not on there. Stabbing. There is no piercing. It's stabbing. She does resist it. Might as well stick with slashing then, I guess. Right?
Did you say on that list of things we need to do is red ant?
Soldiers.
Because we definitely need red ant mandibles if I want to keep making liquid rage. And I definitely want to keep making liquid rage.
Oh, I didn't know we actually needed those for anything. I think I've been tossing them.
Oh no. I need those.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll go check the Red Ant Hill.
Well, I just made myself a bunch of fuzz on the rocks.
Oh, you know what? Salt mace. That's what I should use. It's busting. Or is it?
Makes me feel good.
Wait, no, it's not busting. Busting is only on hammers. It is neutral type, right? Yeah. Salt mace is neutral.
Do we want to go do an ant extermination?
Actually, we might need to give them time to respawn because I think that was what I did last at the end of the last
Probably what
stream.
bottled water is.
Then yeah, like I'm good. I'm good for B. To be or not to be. That is what I would like to do. Or I guess technically wasp.
Okay, the only thing about killing the wasp queen a bunch is
Right.
they will raid the base as soon as we get
Right.
back. So
I mean, we can be prepared. Or wasp prepared.
we really need to set up like a dummy base somewhere to get those raids to come to.
What would that entail?
Okay, let's see. Floor's pendant looks good, I guess. Do I need the shield solidifier? I don't think I do. I got plenty of bandages. You know what? I'm gonna make like 2 more stacks of bandages.
What is my quick swap mutation button? No. 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 Whoa.
Let's see.
I do have it.
Need to change
Oh,
out
shit.
Blade
Let's keep-
Minister for, I guess, Barbarian? Because I got a shield. Yeah, that'll work. I need to equip the Hog Stopper.
I need mutation.
I wonder how good this item works.
Auto run is J, turns out. Just looking at me, look at my options here.
Do we actually have any BBQ medleys in storage?
Skip?
There's a lot of moldy hoagies. A lot of moldy hoagies.
Ah. UI mappings. crafting, map, construction, hot pouch, ammo, combat radial. Ah, mutation loadout. That's Bardic Inspiration versus Assassin, which...
Make sure you have enough ammo.
Yes, I do. Definitely do. And then if I actually go to my other mutation, the correct one that I want to always be on is... Ooh, I've got swimming on for some reason, which I don't need.
So, I told you I was getting into audiobooks, right?
You have been getting into audiobooks. Where are you going? Where are we going for right now? We're going bees?
Going to the Wasp Queen.
Bees, Churger.
I actually just finished an audiobook, last night.
Woohoo!
I finished The Elfstones of Shannara. And I can save you 24 hours of audiobook. It's just Final Fantasy Adventure.
Okay, but what if I've never played Final Fantasy Adventure? How long is that game?
It's probably like a 6-hour romp.
Okay, so what if I played Final Fantasy Adventure 4 times and listened to the audiobook at the same time?
I mean, whatever floats your boat.
Well, I'm just wondering how much time would that save versus how much time would that waste?
I think that would use the same amount of time.
But I mean, I must be saving some amount of time doing both at the same time.
Well, I mean, you could just play Final Fantasy Adventure and get the gist of it.
But enjoyed the book series so far? Was it a full series or just one book?
Oh, it's a full series. This is the third book that I've read in the series.
I think you were giving me the gist of not Star Wars earlier.
Not Star Wars. What? No. The second book in the series, first one that he wrote, was The Lord of the Rings at Home.
Lord of the Rings at Home. Ah, yes.
Yeah. So my introduction to the series was actually the prequel book. The First King of Shannara. He wrote that sometime in the 90s, I think, like 92, maybe? But, the first book was Sword of Shannara. He wrote that in 77, I think. And then the Elfstones of Shannara, which is the one that I just finished, was the second one in the series that he wrote. Which, I think was 82. And then the one that I'm listening to now, the Wish Song of Shannara. Now, there is a whole series. There's like 30 books in this series.
Which of these do I pet?
Both?
Oh. How do I do that? There we go, and... there.
But yeah, I really like the Shannara series. Sword of Shannara kind of doesn't really stand out so well just because of its similarity to Lord of the Rings. But certainly it was a little more unique back when it was written. There probably weren't as many Lord of the Rings knockoffs as there are now.
Oh, we're doing this the dumb way.
Doing things the dumb way.
Why did I follow you?
I don't know. I'm collecting stuff.
You did definitely grab the Medleys, right?
Yes.
Because I didn't. I trusted that you would. silly of me, I know.
You can trust me. When have I ever given you reason to not trust me?
Wow, that is a long list that I don't have the time to get into. I have other lists of my
Rude.
own that I need to get into.
So rude.
I've got a guy over here that I don't appreciate being here. I'll let you harvest what you need to.
Let's see. Okay, I don't need the hat until we actually loot the body. Okay, are we ready?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, the Elfstones of Shannara was a lot more interesting. But I was being very very unfair to it by saying that it's just Final Fantasy Adventure. They just have the same plot twist at the very end. That's all. Wow, you've done a lot of damage to her.
I would like these things to already be dead. Doing what we can over here, huh? You good down there, Toots?
Yeah. Oh.
Don't get poisoned.
Too late. I've been poisoned.
Heavens to Betsy.
Get down here. Fight me, queen to queen. Oops, I did not mean to pull that out.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's a that hornet over there, not a queen. I'm just reminded of the vine.
That sounds like a silk post to me, honestly.
She's in the wall for me. Houston to ground control. We have an unidentified wasp in the ground.
Are we not able to loot the regular wasps anymore?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, they must have patched that out. That is disappointing. That means we're going to have to actually fight wasp drones.
So this is a negative on doing this fight over and over again?
Well, no, we do still need the Wasp Queen's gold card. Okay. Why did you do that?
Because I'm picking up arrows and I didn't realize that I was that close to her.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Yeah. The other unfortunate thing is I got a bunch of ammo and then I threw it all over the ground. Can we get out of a pet, please, and thank you? It'd be lovely.
been poisoned.
Ow! Ow! Mad at me.
Oh, we can still loot them. Okay.
Totally still capable of doing that?
Yes.
I actually more like a waspidote. We're fighting wasps, not ants. How many times through this series have we made this joke? How many times through this series have I made this joke?
I mean, I've never made the joke, but it's probably like the 4th time you've made it. Now, the end of the Elfstones of Shannara did make me a little bit weepy. But not actually the part that you would think it would have been that made me weepy. It was actually when Alanon was saying his goodbyes that I got weepy. Which, like, that really shouldn't have been what made me weepy, but it was.
I got weepy at work literally yesterday. Like, actual tearing up. Because of a quote that I heard. I can get into that story. I think, hey, guess who's not gonna loot the thing while you're still doing your stuff?
That's good.
Yeah, I'll let you finish your book review before I swap over to that.
I don't really want to talk too much about it because I don't really want to spoil the book any more than I already have by giving away the plot twist. But I kind of give away the plot twist in a vague way. But it had some good characters in it. I didn't really hate any characters. There was this one section near the end where they go into the territory of these 2 rival witches, and it really gave off Twin Rova vibes.
But Twin Rova are not rival witches. They are...
No, but they do fight with each other.
Behave. Ow. Ow. Ooh, I'm close to dead. Why is that?
Because you drew aggro to that time? But yeah, I'm currently listening to the Wish Song of Shannara now, and I guess that would be the last book of the original trilogy. So when you include the prequel into it, it does kind of tell a coherent tale of the first King of Shannara being a story where it kind of sets the stage for the world with our big bad, the Warlock Lord Brona, and the first Elven King, Gerald Shannara, that is crafted a special sword to defeat Brona with. And then in the Sword of Shannara, even though it was not originally imbued with this purpose, the legend of the sword kind of gave the sword the magical property that only descendants of Geralt Shannara could use the magic of the sword.
You need to not be up there, but
And
come on.
Brona has revived. So they had to find Geralt Shannara's
Putting on some
descendants, which is largely unknown because the name Shannara had vanished from Elven society. And, so they find that, or rather Alanon finds that, Geralt Shannara's descendant is a half-elf from Shady Vale named Shay Omsford, along with his brother Flick Omsford. But it's been long enough since I read Sword of Shannara that I don't remember the reason why Shay Omsford is the one that had to wield the sword and not Flick. But undoubtedly they gave a reason.
Surely.
And so, you know, eventually he finds the sword and defeats Brona. Along that journey, Alanon gave Shay the Elfstones of Shannara, which are magical stones that allow the wielder to use elf magic. But they do have some catches. The first one being that it can only be used if the wielder possesses elven blood. The second being that the stones are completely useless to anyone that the stones were not freely given to.
Well, there are some tricky magic rules to work around.
And then, of course, in this world, elven magic itself is dangerous and unpredictable, and it takes a toll on the body. Oh, I died.
I think I got you there. I'm trying. Leave me be. There we go. Sorry about that.
Turns out my worst enemy is my friend.
Yep. Don't walk in front of the guy who doesn't know where he's swinging a sword.
Look, I'm just trying to fight the big bug.
Thank you for saying bug and not pest, because then it would be ambiguous. Or should I say ambiguous?
Well, if I said big pest, I wouldn't be talking about you, because you're just a little guy.
Little guys can be a big pest, let me tell you. This butt has got to stop.
I cannot fight in close proximity to you. She keeps stabbing me.
Oh, are you down? I don't know how I'm stabbing you. I'm looking up. You should be down.
Why aren't you fighting with your bow?
Because I'm finding I'm doing more damage with this consistently.
So anyway, in the Elfstones of Shannara, we find that a couple generations have passed. Shay is an old man, but it is his grandson, Will Umsford, that Alanon takes to solve the crisis at hand this time. And that is that the Elcris is dying, which is a tree, a sentient tree that basically creates a wall to this like prison dimension where all the bad fairies were banished to eons ago. And they've been there so long that they warped into demons. And, yeah, so they find out that, you know, when the Elcris dies, that barrier will dissipate and the demons will be free. But the hope is that the Chosen, which are a handful of elves that I think are 16 that the Elkress chooses every year to serve her. One of them can carry the Elkress's seed to a place called the Bloodfire, and that seed can be reborn into a new Elkress. Well, at the very beginning, one of the demons slaughters all but one of the chosen, of course. So they find this girl, Amberly, who is the granddaughter of the Elven King, Eventide. She's a chosen. She's the last chosen. So they find her, and she has to go on the quest to get the seed from the Elkress and bring it to the Bloodfire at an ancient location that the name of which is not known by modern names. It is an old world name.
Note to Blau for this fight, Mithridatism seems to just, like, neuter it. Taking way less damage all of a sudden.
Oh, I actually am doing fine with corporate kickback.
Ah, that'll do.
Can't believe I actually parried. Quit pooping at me. Anyway,
Actually, I think it's Arva, not Poopa.
Anyway, along their travels, they meet up with a band of traveling people. They're basically...
So band.
They call them rovers, but I mean, they're Romanian people, basically. All the stereotypes you can think of for Romanian people apply. But anyway, there's one girl from this group of rovers named Eritrea that just becomes absolutely smitten with Will Ohmsford. And she shows up a couple of times before staying with them to help through to the end of their quest. Will's quest to escort Amberly to the Bloodfire. And without giving too much away, they are successful. The new Elkress is born, and Will and Amberly have a parting, as she must stay in Arvalon, which is the capital of the elves, and Will heads back to Shady Vale. And Eritrea comes with him. And that kind of sets the stage for the Wish Song of Shannara, which is 20 years later. And Alanon shows up once again to say that somebody has found the book that Brona used to become the Warlock Lord. And they are becoming a new type of comparable evil with comparably evil servants.
What is she even doing up there?
Being annoying. And the only thing that can stop them is the Wish Song, which is elven magic that was inherited by Will Ohmsford's children as a result of Will using the Elfstones to defeat the demon that was pursuing them at the end of the Elfstones of Shannara. And that's kind of as far as I made it in. So Will and Eritrea had two kids, Jur and Bryn. And they both have the Wish Song. but Jur's functions differently than Bren's. Bren's can actually change things, but Jur's is just illusion magic. So, of course, Bren is the one that is being tasked with saving the world from the new wannabe Warlock Lord. And I guess it's a good setup amidst the other books in the series that I've read.
Putting on some more armor.
You know what? I need to sit here for a minute and recover some food. My hog stopper. I don't know about you.
I'm also going to do that.
We could take this time to podcast a little bit then.
Yes.
I'm trying to talk about the book while I fight. It's not the easiest thing to concentrate on.
I don't have that much to add from my end, as I'm not familiar with the series, but it does sound fairly interesting. And again,
the only other thing that I really want to add about the Shannara series is there was a TV series made on MTV based on the Elfstones of Shannara that ran for 2 seasons before getting canceled. It's on Netflix now, and I am going to watch that as soon as my Netflix subscription comes back on the 15th. And other than that, I just wanted to mention that the Shannara series is done. He wrote the final book in 2020. But there are a ton of books. There's probably like 30 books in this series. And the trilogy that I am on, well, I guess more of a quadrilogy when you include the prequel book. It's kind of like smack dab in the middle of the overarching timeline. And it spans from a time period, like, the series starts in a time period that is basically modern day Earth. And then there's a lot of books that'll fill in the gaps between that starting point and the prequel, which detail, like, how the Earth kind of had its apocalyptic fate, and how mankind was almost made extinct, and how it not only grew back, but also split off into 5 distinct other races. So you have man, and you have gnomes, and you have dwarves, and you have trolls, and then you have the elves. But then you learn that the elves actually were never a offshoot of man, and they were actually fae. One of the only surviving species of fae. They had locked themselves away from the world, but after the apocalypse, they learned that they need to live alongside man to prevent it from happening again. And it also talks about how the Druid Order was established to kind of stop man from pursuing science and instead pursue magic. But then they realized magic is dangerous too, so they kind of blocked that off as well. Like, the basic theme there is that humans are dangerous, and if left unchecked, they will out-reproduce every other species on the planet, and they will develop weapons of mass destruction. Which...
humans as self-destructive parasites. What the heck is this?
sounds
A
about
fantasy
right.
story?
But yeah, so you got the gnomes, the dwarves, the trolls, and humans, which are all offshoots of humans. And then you have the elves. And that makes up the 5 races. And I'm not sure where things go after Wish Song of Shannara. But, you know, I just think it's kind of interesting that you get this world that's like our modern present-day world, and somehow we get from there to Lord of the Rings.
kind of after a great reset.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really all I have to say about Shannara. Originally I was just gonna end reading the books after Wish Song, because I've also gotten audiobooks for the entire Lord of the Rings series, including Silmarillion, and I started getting the books for Game of Thrones. I think there's, what, 3 books that have been written? And then,
Couldn't tell you.
no more are ever going... Aren't you getting yelled at about that every week?
If only I knew someone who would tell me about it.
All I know is that he's never going to finish another book. He's going to die before he finishes another book.
I know. I wish he would just write the 3rd thing of Farm Dingus, but what am I going to do?
I think we're talking
you meant
about
the other
2
guy.
different authors.
It's my favorite joke. It's my favorite joke.
What, that he's just George R.R. Martin? He became his hero?
Yep. Gonna dunk on him until the end of time.
It's a weird joke, though, because... What, he's written 2 books in like 2 years?
It's been like 3-4 years at this point. I'm starving. I mean, I can understand the I need to get published before I write more stuff.
Is he actually waiting? Because it sounds like he's writing stuff and he just keeps revising it.
Well, also imagine the soul-crushing sap of I keep writing and no one keeps reading it.
But I guess with that, I will turn the stage over to you to talk about
I actually have a couple of questions about your audiobook, though.
Sure.
That I do want to engage you on a little bit more.
Sure.
Because I find it very difficult to read anything other than a physical book that is in my hands.
Okay.
Because I am a crazy person who takes a pen and markers and highlighters and sticky notes and absolutely destroys whatever tome is in front of me. The pages are not sacred. They are to be marked so that it becomes a living artifact specific to me, and that I can flip back and reference and go, wait, what did this person say 6 chapters ago? Oh, that's really interesting how it rhymes with this bit over here. And I can't do that in an audiobook.
Where are you?
I'm here.
How'd you get up there?
How'd I get where? What?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to you because I got distracted by you being up there.
By me being me? I'm Billy Goated. Don't you worry about it. No, that's not how I did it. I went the long way around.
A long way around? What,
A long way around. But yeah, as I was saying, so I like to have like a physical book in front of me because I can't just like flip back a chapter, you know?
Okay.
But I have listened to some audiobooks in the past, and they always come in 2 flavors. They come in the flavor of one person doing all of the different voices of characters in the book, or the other version, which is more like a stage play, where they get a bunch of different voice actors to do all the different voices. What was this version?
One guy.
Do you prefer it one way or the other?
I haven't heard the other way.
They're more like audio dramas or radio dramas.
I think the obvious answer would be having like a whole crew would be preferable.
Nope. I prefer one guy.
Yeah?
Yeah. It is so distracting. It sounds like overproduced. It sounds like you're watching a play, and I don't like that. I would rather be read a story.
Well, that's fair enough.
But that's just me.
But with just one guy, it could be good. You could have like a good narrator who's good at doing different voices and accents and whatnot. Or you could have someone who's just very monotone and
My
only has two like distinct voices, narration and character.
I mean, as someone who runs D&D, I do definitely have the every NPC kind of sounds like the same vaguely British accent phenomenon. It's bad, but also my gold standard for audiobook narration is the old Discworld audiobooks that like I had on a cassette tape back in the day. That guy, as a narrator, as a voice actor, as an orator, is just fantastic. I highly recommend seeking out those audiobooks. For the It Sounds Like a Radio Play, there was a version of Dirk Gently's Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul, a Douglas Adams novel, that was produced more where there were like different voice actors and like sound effects and background music, and it just got to be too much. It was too much for my little pea brain to handle, and I did not enjoy that.
So, the first audiobooks I got on Audible, actually, were several Shatnerverse Star Trek books, narrated by William Shatner.
Sorry, Shatnerverse?
Yep. He wrote he wrote a bunch of books that take place after what is it, the 7th movie? I can't remember the names of them. The one where he and Captain Picard meet before ultimately Captain Kirk meets his end.
Blau, I am going to tell you something, and you're not allowed to tell the other people in LRT. Okay? You need to promise me this. I'm not hearing an I promise you.
Fine.
I'm the wrong kind of nerd, and I have never seen a single episode of Star Trek.
Well, you don't really need to. Not for what I'm going to talk about. Because, the thing is, basically, you know there's different Star Trek series, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you got the original series, which William Shatner starred as the captain, Captain Kirk. Then you got the Next Generation, where you had Captain Jean-Luc Picard. And I think the first 6 Star Trek movies were original series movies. And then the 7th one, like, bridged the gap. Like, it had time travel shenanigans that brought Captain Picard and Captain Kirk face to face.
Actually, I'm pretty sure they're called Bridged the Crew. Like, that's who they follow in Star Trek.
And, yeah, I'm ignoring you, but...
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
And, yeah, so Captain Kirk ends up dying at the end of the movie. The Shatnerverse is several books that take place after that movie that play on the premise of, what if Captain Kirk didn't actually die right there? But, like, also couldn't get back to his original timeline.
Right, the timelines get funky. I remember this from the new movies. I have watched the new movies. I will say that much.
Well, that's a different kind of time fuckery.
Well, I really, really, really like Chris Pine as an actor. And the fact that the third one was a Simon Pegg writing project, which was like, that's neat. I like Simon Pegg. He does cool things.
But anyway, so these books, they're narrated solely by William Shatner, which is great because, you know, you get the authentic Captain Kirk voice. But he also voices all the other characters as well. But it kind of goes like halfway in between what you were talking about, where it's a single guy narrating, but also there's all these sound effects from Star Trek in the background.
Well, they're just like stock library sound effects. Like, Star Trek is made on a shoestring budget, famously. Like, you'll hear that generic pottery shattering sound constantly. I know that's a bit.
Well, like the book that I just listened to, the Elfstones of Shannara, it was just a guy talking. There were no sound effects. No music, no sound effects, just a guy reading. So that's like my only other experience with narration styles.
I have this discussion about like audiobooks and audiobook styles also came up at work, and I have a coworker who's moving and was looking to get rid of a bunch of books on their shelves, and they were like, "This is such a you book that I'm actually afraid you have already read it." Because we were talking about some books you just can't adapt to be an audiobook, and they were like, "Have you read House of Leaves?" And I'm like, "Yep, couldn't imagine how that's done as an audiobook." You just play parts of it backwards or something, garble the audio, just have entire spans of it that are silent. I wouldn't tell you. Think she's had enough yet?
Now she's had enough.
Hope this is enough to keep me safe.
Consume some liquid. How many more you got in there?
2 more.
Okay, all right.
After this one.
But yeah, that was really all I had for questions on audiobook. I was curious. I guess you also listened to another audiobook since the last time we recorded. Kind of.
Oh?
Yeah, you listened to some bedtime stories.
Well, okay. Was that since the last time we recorded? So I'm pretty sure that
it must
started
have
before.
been. Well, because I started posting that in the new year.
I think
and
you were in the middle of it when we streamed last.
Okay. I haven't actually got your final thoughts on how all of House went.
Look, I might be dumb.
So might I, clearly. Like, very clearly, that was not a series to go, look at how smart Buttface is. That was a, this is a cry for help series. This is a, I think I've gone too far. And now at the end of it, I don't think I've gone far enough, and I need to go further.
I think most of the puzzles, like the common theme is that most of the puzzles I absolutely was never going to figure out how to get to the solution. But once you showed me it, like I understood how it worked. But a lot of those puzzles, like, I still don't understand how it even works, how you're supposed to get to it, or anything.
You're just supposed to guess and check. Like, quite honestly, it's you look for patterns, you see if the patterns stick, and then you continue on with that assumption that, you know what, I am making the right assumptions here. And as you've seen, that is the way that my brain approaches a lot of media consumption, even when that is the incorrect course of action, as it has been with your forays into poetry writing. I like poems to have defined patterns, whether that be rhyming or syllable structure or iambic pentameter or what have you, right? Like,
right, and that didn't mess well with my poetry because I have a very chaotic style where I kind of throw out all the rules to tell a story.
And that is a completely valid way to write poetry, but I've had this quote from, of all things, a Wes Anderson movie stuck with me for a very long time, which is try to make it sound like you wrote it that way on purpose. And like, that is how I approach most of my creative works. Is
my. If that's the way I'm supposed to do it, then that last poem, I was wrong from the start.
No, you definitely did make it sound like you wrote it that way on purpose. Like, it was very clear. I think your last poem was one of your best so far, if I do say so myself. I really liked it.
Yeah, so like, for those who don't know, my last poem, I accidentally wrote a haiku for the first stanza, completely by accident. I wrote 3 lines, and then I was like, okay, let's try and appease Buttface and, like, make this a format. And then I counted it up, and it just so happened to be 575. I was like, well, maybe I can write a whole poem where every stanza is just a haiku.
Don't ever do anything to appease anyone in your audience, let alone me.
I just wanted to get one where you weren't going to like completely crap on it because, man.
I told you it reminded me of one of my favorite songs by a band, The Killigans, Season of My Weakness. Or Season of My Weakness, which is, again, just... I meant that as a high praise.
Yeah, you really didn't have much criticism to offer.
No, the criticism I offered was a failing on my part. Like, I just couldn't parse a line and make it make sense in my head.
If it makes you feel better, my uncle, who is an English major, he also had to look up what the word meant, but then he's like, no, actually, that line is perfect. Don't change it.
I knew what the word meant. It was the context it was and the actual, like, turn of phrase. Like, I don't know enough about parts of speech. I am an ignorant person when it comes to, like, standard grammatical rules. So it just sounded wrong in my head.
Oh, well, I mean, throw away standard grammatical rules when reading poetry.
No, I don't think I will.
I mean, that's one of the benefits of writing poetry is, like, standard grammatical rules don't really apply.
Nope. That's not how I like my poetry.
And that's a perfectly valid line.
Yeah, but I don't have to like it. I like my poems more rigid. More rules, please! More self-impositions!
Well, I don't actually like poetry,
Restrictions! See, because I'm of the mindset that restrictions breed creativity.
Oh, no, I agree.
You need to not be here, bud.
But no, honestly, I am a poet that does not like poetry.
Blau, what I think you should do is you could either post your poems as YouTube posts, or you could do a poetry reading. I think that would be good hashtag content, because I liked your poems. They were good. You are an interesting creative.
What I wanted to do was get enough poems to, like, actually fill, like, a whole poetry book, and then publish it at cost. Yeah, I would like to get, like, enough poems written to fill a whole book, and then publish it and just sell it at cost.
I think you have it in you.
Because I'm not interested in making money from my poetry. I'm just writing feelings and stories that I want to write, and I just want to get it out there. But I also realize that if I want to publish it, that I'm not going to find a publisher that will take the same hit financially that I'm willing to.
There you go.
Okay. Looks like I have one more BBQ medley.
We got this.
I wanted to write another poem this morning, but I just didn't have time to. I had too much other stuff to do.
We got suckered into this instead.
No. I don't mean this morning as in right now. I meant like while I was at work.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I also, and I say this because I am live on air, definitely don't do my best writing while I'm procrastinating at work. Definitely don't do that.
Look, I'm not saying I wasn't talking about on my breaks.
Yes, breaks, those things that you get when you're paid
Those
salary.
union negotiated breaks that I have.
Oh, those darn unions, definitely, No, I'm a big supporter. I can't hide that. I have more principles than that. Oh, what the hell am I doing?
Have more principles than what?
Than being a corporate shill pretending to be against unions. No.
Well, I mean, you have more principles than a lot of the people in my union have, then.
Nope. The corporation is not going to argue for you, so you need collective action. That is step one. HR is not your friend.
I died.
What?
Oh, yeah, no, HR is not your friend. Even when you have a union, HR is not
Where
your
are
friend.
you? Where's your whole butt? Why is your butt over there? I need to get...
Because I got deaded over here.
Well, I'm trying to get you not deaded. Hopefully.
Thanks
There you
for
go.
saving me.
But no, that was one a quote that I was telling you about. The other one, speaking of being at work and definitely paying attention, I was listening to various podcasts and see, because I listen to podcasts. Hell, I listen to like a lot of like narrative podcasts. They're not like books on tape. They're not audiobooks. But like, I listen to movie recap podcasts. Heck, I'm listening to a podcast right now that is creating its own alternate universe where, do you remember The Mummy with Tom Cruise in it?
Nope.
Okay, they redid the Brendan Fraser Mummy, and they were creating a new Universal Monsters cinematic universe called the Dark Universe, and Tom Cruise was in a movie called The Mummy that was going to set this all off, and it bombed so hard in the box office, they just canceled it. So I'm listening to a podcast that is like, what if Universal kept up making these movies and writing screenplays for an entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, but for like monster movies? Anyways, I can listen to that. I can't listen to audiobooks. But I need to put on a different mutation set.
I think we should go back to the base together.
Yes, I'm coming back to the base with you. Most assuredly, that is what is happening. This is the correct thing to do. Bear with me. I'm not coming just yet. I need to throw on my flippy flappies. Okay. I think
We're a flipping and a flapping.
Oh, Blau, I can't see nothing.
Follow the sound of the gong.
Can't hear that either. But no. So as I was listening to just the drone in the background while I'm trying to do like actual writing, I stumbled across a very recent talk show interview with your dear friend and mine, Sir Weird Al Yankovic. It's wild that he isn't a sir yet. Like, he feels like he should be knighted. For as much as I like mocking the British Empire, you kind of want to have the surname Sir. Right? Anyways.
I mean, I don't want to be called a sir. But...
Well, would it be lady?
I think it's Dame.
Dame, you are correct. Dame. Sorry. But when asked as part of this like talk show interview, describe the rest of your life in 5 words or less. He, on the spot, came up with what I think might be the single most succinct mission statement that I have had in my life for years,
Don't look down.
which is be kind, bring joy, repeat. And that sentiment actually got me like tearing up at my desk. Like I was crying, being like, that's what we need in the world today. Be kind, bring joy, repeat. And so that's going to stick with me for a very long time. I need to put on my hog stopper. I'm getting hungry. All right,
So
we're back at the base.
I think if they don't raid us, we should go kill some other kind of bug before we do any more wasps.
Yeah, no kidding.
How
How are we doing for wasps? Is it like, did we get what we needed for that, or you're still waiting for that gold card?
We didn't get either gold card.
I feel like we're well past due.
Don't even need to boil it.
Like, well past due. I would like to get
Got a
some
lot
more.
of wasp queen trinkets though. We could also fight the mantis. We do need that one as well.
I need to get me some sap right now. Just bear with me.
I'm gonna put 10 more medleys in. There's the raid.
This is our wasp raid. All right.
Yep.
Do we have turret ammo going on upstairs?
I think so.
I'm gonna get in a turret. Do
I
we have
hope so.
multiple turrets or just the one?
We have turrets all over the place. You know what? I'm not gonna fight from up top.
Whoa, right, because we did it upside down. I'm out of ammo in this turret. There's no ammo in this chest. And I can't reach that. Blau. This has been a comedy of errors.
Poison! Crap! And this stuff's burning me up.
They are in our house somehow?
Not feeling good at all.
Oh, crap. Oh,
Kicked the thimble. I don't think I've seen that one before.
why do I not have a... Oh. Okay.
What's going on?
I forgot to reset my respawn after the bed got destroyed last time.
That's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I'm here.
I had to respawn at a field station.
Unfortunately, I can't, like, get on our roof, and so they're just hacking away here. And I can't get outside to get to them.
Okay, I can get on the roof.
Yeah. That turret up there is without ammo, for what it's worth.
Okay.
I'm going to the outside where they're trying to attack inside and doing a little bit more damage. I'm not looting them for what it's worth as well. These wasps are hardier than what the little ads were.
Yes.
Oh well, hopefully they'll... Maybe this will be our lucky break. You never know.
So the big problem is the drones heal. Every time they do that scream.
I got the one left here. Let's see if you come down.
I don't actually have a bow on me, so I better climb back up the roof. Well, at least we're on the last group of them now.
I think this is it. Like, I got this guy down. Do you see any more?
Yeah, there's just one on this roof. Well, looks like there's two over
joik?
here. There's another one on the back side of our house.
Backside?
Yeah. Between the house and the museum.
Oh, between... Okay.
I've been poisoned.
Slowly running my way over there. There you are, jerk. I don't think they managed to destroy anything this time, though.
Well,
Or maybe
there's a
just
lot
haven't caught up
less
with
of
me.
them than there were mosquitoes. So many mosquitoes. That's the one mercy with the wasps. There's not just an impossible amount of them.
Oh, there's one more over here.
Hope this is enough to keep me safe.
Gotta run all the way around.
No, they did destroy something. Pet house, maybe?
Maybe something inside. Okay, jerk. Ow. There we go. There's one outside the fence between the house. I guess since last time, I've also re-picked up another book, a long, heady book, written by a theoretical physicist back in the 70s called Gödel Escher Bach, The Eternal Golden Braid.
Okay.
It is a meditation on strange loops and how truth is defined and the beauty that can be found in mathematics, nature, and music, and how there are paradoxes all around us. And it is a absolute slog of a read. It's like over 800 pages. It like starts creating its own proofs and definitions and trying to like pin down the nature of reality while also having long, lengthy interludes that are allusions to Lewis Carroll and the stories of the tortoise and the hare, and it is playful and imaginative. And I started rereading it because I never got through it initially, and I'm like a couple hundred pages past where I gave up last time.
We lost a tree, I think.
And one quote in it
And we lost a fridge.
that I'm sad that I never got to read initially, that I
Build
am
that.
now...
Build that and bring it
Build
back
that.
here.
Well, can I relocate it back inside?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Yeah, I'm doing that. One quote in there that I am... would like to set that there, then do this, then relocate this over here. There we go. One quote that I'm sad that I hadn't read up until now because it is, and I've told you this one already, I think. I must have. Because I've heard it, again, more succinctly put recently in a YouTube comment that has also stuck with me is from one of those interludes of The Tortoise and the Hare. I am putting this here. You'll have to rearrange it and make it look nice. But yes, the quote is, I, a humble observer of phenomena, plod along and puff my silly little words into their puff my silly little words into the air rather unspectacularly, I'm afraid. Or in other words, I'm slow and yappy. And I love I'm slow and yappy. I'm not one to dwell on negative criticism too often. I don't like to think that I hold negative criticism. But I take slow and yappy as like a badge of honor. I am proud to be slow and yappy. I love being slow and yappy. If I were to be known for one thing above all else, it would be slow and yappy. We need a pet bed. This pet bed sucks. I'm gonna relocate this pet bed, build it, and bring it back. That's my plan for today. Whoop. There.
Okay.
Now, you will have to reassign the pet here, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find it. I think that was the gnats. I really need to find a better solution for the pet houses.
What we need to do is we need to make a house for the pet houses.
You know, the warehouse seems to hold up against these attacks really well. So maybe we should just move the pets inside the warehouse.
I think that's because the warehouse is less decorative.
No
and
windows.
so they actually go for the house itself.
Put the statue of Wendell on top of that when you put that in there.
Actually, I was going to put this on top of the statue of Wendell. You know, give him a nice little hat. His raisiny head looks very cold. No? You don't think that would be a good idea?
Sorry, I am trying to think. And nothing is happening.
Oh, that's what that noise of pain was.
Okay. I guess I'll start with the warehouse. I know we had one douche bottle attacking here.
Here I thought we got away unscathed.
You know, it wasn't as bad as the mosquito attack was. Not by a
So what
long
you're
shot.
saying is Buttface go and attack the mosquitoes again?
No. I mean, you might have to,
Oh,
but not
that
right,
sounds dangerous.
not right now. We
don't-
should probably set up spike traps and stuff, though. We need coal.
I can go do a coal run. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that.
That should keep me safe.
I got a hammer. I got the stuff I needs. Let's make that happen.
Perhaps we should fight less than 10 wasp queens in a
No.
go.
No,
No, just deal with the raid.
just deal with the raid. The raid is a chance for more drops if we don't get them.
Well, it doesn't help if the drop that we're still lacking is the wasp queen herself.
We are big and strong. There we go. The other bit of holdover that I didn't get to talk about last time, and I would love to get a little bit more feedback from you on this because you just basically ran through the list, was I didn't quite finish off the games that I played in 2025. That was last year. Yes, 2025. I've had to reprogram my brain to always type 2026 now. And you'd think by the first week in February I'd have got that, but no. Still a problem, still a struggle. But yes, the games that I'd first played and put like a significant amount of time into in 2025, outside of what I was playing on Let's Racing Time or outside of the little like Game Boy games that you were sending me, because that's a whole other discussion that I want to devote my time to. I'd finally sat down and sunk something like 30, 40 hours into Crosscode, a 2015 action RPG. Didn't finish it. I've petered out like 3 or 4 dungeons in. The reason that I wanted to give it a significant amount of time was because it's an Archie game. And it's really fun. I did not think that a like RPG could have this much fun like traversal mechanics, but it's got some real head scratching like, how do I get from point A to point B by jumping on this 3-dimensional terrain? In a top-down RPG without a jump button. Yeah, I know, it's weird. And some actually like decent dungeon design. The story is kind of just whiffle nonsense as far as I can tell at this point. Again, it's do you know much about Crosscode?
No, not really. That's been on my to-do list.
It's skinned as sci-fi, where in the far distant future, humanity has colonized the stars, and the best thing they can think to do with their time is you're familiar with Sword Art Online, right?
Yes.
Upload their consciousness to robots on a distant planet to play an MMO for them. Like they've recreated the MMO in the most convoluted way possible. And that's not a spoiler, that's like explicitly told to you in the first 5 minutes of the game. Coals are not spawned at the moment. I must have just recently redone coals. I do not have any over here. Are there other places to check for coal?
No, only at the grill.
Well, this grill is sizzling but empty, unfortunately.
Well, we did lose some of our chimney.
I should go back and play more Crosscode, but I stopped at the part where I also stopped playing in a real MMO, which is the guild that I was part of told me that I should participate in a group raid, and I went, that sounds like a lot of pressure. I don't want to do, nope, sorry, not for me, and then quit. One, I didn't get a choice whether or not I joined a guild. When I briefly played 14, I have fiends who are into it, and they're like, you should join our free company, come and get a thing in our house. And I'm like, I don't care. I want to play this like a single player game. Please no. Please stop. It's not for me.
Okay, we've got a chest on the roof that needs to be rebuilt.
The other game that I put some time into last year, and I'm looking forward to putting significantly more time into, and I'm cheating on this, but it is technically a Steam game, is Mysterium. I played Mysterium for the first time last year. That's fun. That's good times. I think Mysterium, and I know this breaks this will break your heart, but I like Mysterium as a board game more than I like Red Dragon Inn, and more than I like Villainous. It is just a straight replacement to Clue. I think, again, because I'm me, it scratches that let's interpret the patterns and try and find the signal in the noise that is so very appealing to me. But we have been playing more board games over on Let's Racing Time, and so like I think our regular rotation is Red Dragon Inn, Villainous, or Disney's Villainous, and now that Mysterium has working netcode Mysterium. What are your thoughts on that? And are there other board games we'd like to try in the future?
So I don't know how well it would ever work on Let's Racing Time due to how long it is. But I am just dying to play
Squishy now.
Dark Tower and Return to Dark Tower. I have physical copies of those.
I mean,
And
Raz is usually up for a long time if with notice, and he might have time available, and I also have time available. Like, we don't necessarily need to do Dan-hosted limited time Let's Racing Time. There might be a Saturday where we can
But
sit down.
the other
Spend
problem
4 or 5
with
hours.
that is I don't know if there is a tabletop sim version of those games.
I just assume Tabletop Simulator has every game known to man.
Okay, I have got the blueprints for everything that I know got destroyed, which just appears to be that chest and the chimney pieces on the roof. You might have to climb up the ladder over here and jump across with your dandelion.
Stone, clay,
Unless you
pine
just
cone.
want to billy goat it like that.
I'm the best. I'm the best at it.
The best around. I guess I should make some ammo, huh?
Yes, please and thank you. That would be fantastic if you don't mind. Stone, clay,
Okay, what kind of
and
ammo can we
pine
make?
cones. Pine cones? Pine cones. Pine cones. Ooh, I think those were running low last I checked.
Ooh, groundy rounds. I think that's what we need for sure.
I'm going to assume that those stick things up. They gum up the works, if you will.
The description is these sticky
Or
turret
stick things
rounds
in.
don't do a lot of damage, but they can ground flying insects with ease. And then the standard ammo is rocky rounds. Yeah, we definitely need some groundy rounds.
I thought I built everything that you've pinged there, but it looks like there was one thing on the roof I missed.
The chest?
Question mark?
Is
What
it-
is it? What did the chest need? Because I didn't see it. Yeah, I wasn't on the roof.
Don't know.
I don't want to climb up there without the stuff that I need. What?
Wasn't paying attention.
Crafting chest. Would it have been a medium chest or a large chest? It would have been a storage chest. No, it would have been a large storage chest. It's probably going to need lint rope and sap.
Uh-oh.
Don't uh-oh me.
I'm uh-ohing you.
What we definitely need is more sap. I need to go and do that.
I think they might have removed some types of ammunition from the game. I thought there was a lot more than just 2.
Ammo Nation. The other games that I'd played more recently, unless again, did you have any more board game talk you wanted to get out of the way?
No, those were like the only 2 I could really think of.
Like, I like board game talk. Why did I not have my thing equipped?
There was one other thing. The light in the entryway of the museum.
Ah, yes, okay. I haven't gone to the museum yet. I know Raz keeps threatening Blood on the Clock Tower, which is another one of those long ones to get to. But
He
warm
keeps
up a
suggesting
time.
Gloomhaven and Frosthaven, I think.
I mean, those are like you run them as a regular. They are a D&D replacement. They're excellent.
I actually just
Jeans is
picked up
also
Gloomhaven on Steam because it was like $10.
the physical copy is like 100 or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, well,
I
if
actually
you want to get a physical copy of Red Dragon Inn and get like all the characters and stuff, you're gonna be spending a lot too.
I actually have a Gloomhaven like a Gloomhaven single player tabletop game. It's like pocket sized. You get tiny little dice. It's really cute. I'm thinking of doing something with it. Actually, I want to sit down and play it. Light at the entrance. That is Sap Silver. Oh, you know what? Screw this. I'm just relocating it and bringing it in.
Oh, okay. We had 1,000 pebblets, and I have used all of them.
Use all of them?
Yes.
So I need to go and use more, get more pebblets?
They go really fast when you're making ammo, I guess.
Time to crush rocks. Okay, all right. I can do that. I guess. I also needed to go and get sap, which was the other thing that I was doing. Right, I know what I'm doing. But yeah, the only two other games that I played a significant amount of in 2025, and by significant amount I mean I actually beat these two. But in fact, I think I 100%ed both of them. Which is crazy for me because I don't do that often. And they've been sitting in my like Steam, I almost said inventory. You know what I mean when I say they've been sitting in my Steam inventory. You understand what I mean by
Well,
that.
Steam has an inventory, yes. Unless
Well,
you
I mean
meant
like
library.
yeah, library, my backlog. They were things that I was meaning to get to for quite a while that I finally got around to doing. Did you ever re-add that one pet to the house, by the way?
Not yet.
Something we should do before we log out. Oh, heck. Well, that's unfortunate. Nothing to be done about it, though. That would also be why I'm getting progressively less and less.
Oh, you know
sap.
what? I think we might have lost a chest over here, unless we just never built one. Oh, well.
Could be. But you know me. You know that I adore like exploration puzzle games and mist likes and escape rooms and all of that, right?
Yeah.
I am a fiend for it. So when I see these, because digital escape rooms have kind of taken off. And you can find, you know, short little 1 or 2 hour experiences that will go on sale every once in a while for like $5-10. And honestly, I'll pay that. I'll that's the time for me at a movie or sitting down and having a single sitting little escape room game. And two of them that I'd picked up that I finally was like, I'm going to bite the bullet. I need something snacky to enjoy because Blueprints left such a bad taste in my mouth when I was said and done with it, I should say. I played through Escape from Mistwood Mansion and Botany Manor. And they were very different experiences. Very different experiences. Escape from Mistwood Manor really does feel like someone took 3 or 4 ideas that they've had for different escape rooms and then just ran them in sequence. Sequence or series? Which one is one after the other after the other? I forget my electrician.
Series. I think
Okay.
actually sequence and series would be. Because it would be
Sequence and series, and
parallel.
then the other one is parallel.
Parallel is the opposite of series.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that I wasn't confusing sequence with series, as meaning two different things. Again, I'm not an English guy. I'm dumb. I barely know how words work.
I'm going to move the pet houses to the side of the warehouse, and then I'm going to encase them.
As long as you make sure that each one only has a 5-word or 5-letter word answer. But yes, Escape from Mistwood Mansion was mid, and the worst part of it was the fact that upon completion, you find out, oh, have you been, did you forget to take, and I'm just going to spoil this, did you forget to turn around when the game started and pick up the package that is behind you and then take it with you all the way to the end? Well, that's how you unlock the final room. And at no point can you backtrack, and if you ever like go too far forward, it just locks itself behind you. And so you had to basically run the game once, then run the game a second time, none of the puzzles changed, and note down everything that you need to unlock the final room, one of which is, again, turn around when the game first loads in, but before you walk into the escape room itself, and take a package with you. Something that diegetically makes sense, but metatextually does not. So play through it once regularly, play through it again taking notes about what you need to do to unlock the final room, then play through it a third time, making sure you do the like hyper-specific asinine things you're supposed to do to unlock that final room. And then and only then do you play through it a third time and get a actually pretty unsatisfying final puzzle. And the final room that you unlock is just one puzzle. It's like, it's more advanced than just do a word search, but it's pretty darn close. So I was a bit miffed by the overall like end game of that. If I was just playing it normally, it was, mid 7 out of 10. It would have been way worse if I had to keep rolling dice to see if I maybe got to go to the next room, or if I had to restart my whole run every time. And then the other game that I played was Botany Manor, which is, again, what if we had some mid-mist puzzle ideas all centered around growing plants. It's really neat theming, and the fact that the whole manor is open, like it's a big open world that you slowly unlock more and more of as you get deeper and deeper into it, is kind of neat. The only problem is that the fact of it being this larger inhabitable space isn't ever actually utilized. You don't ever go back to other areas once you've like solved a puzzle there. You walk into a room, you grow the plant that's supposed to be in there. The next part of the mansion opens up, and then you go into the next part of the mansion. It's kind of wasted potential there. Blau, there is a place in the upper yard I thought that is excellent for getting rocks. Where is that?
By the shovel is a good place for rocks.
That is by the picnic table?
Yes.
Okay. I can detour my way over there.
Okay, I got a bunch of stuff by the base here for you to build.
I actually think that, well, I'm not at the base at the moment. I'm collecting.
When you get back.
I actually think that Botany Manor's puzzles are not as good or clever. I don't know how to. They're much simpler than what was in Escape from Mistwood Mansion, and much simpler than something that would be in like Blueprints. But I really liked the theming of your growing fantasy plants that have never been like properly studied, and they're kind of more mythical than anything else. Never so much like moon logic or pushing those boundaries, but like, oh, you need to make sure that this plant grows at the correct temperature because it's like a volcano plant, and so you want to make sure it's heated up properly, or this plant responds to light that is blinked at it in Morse code. It's like, that's kind of neat. Kind of dig that. I can get behind that. Oh heck, where this is the shovel? The shovel. There's the shovel. I found you. Like I could get behind that. I enjoyed it. You are going to get Widow Wizard. Bombadil Beedo, meet Widow Wizard. Haha, I got it. So yeah, it was again very short. No real like hangups on it of like to get that 100% you need to do something turbo secret. I would have really liked a final meta puzzle that ties the whole manor together. And it actually had an interesting narrative. I actually did follow the story and kind of like it, where you are the I'm going to mangle it. You're either the daughter of or returning after a very long sabbatical, or like not sabbatical, like a leave from this family manor, and taking a look at all of the notes that either you left behind or your mother left behind, because she was never taken seriously in academia, and had to like pass off all of her great discoveries in these like mythical botanical and biological research, and watch them, like, the credit go to her professors or male friend colleagues. But now you are able to go and redo her research and maybe bring light to her incredible discoveries. I was like, I liked that. I liked that a lot. There are other puzzly games that I have been playing or did play. But those are either recorded series that have yet to be uploaded or will be uploaded here shortly. So spoilers, and keep an eye out for those. I don't want to talk about them here. I have much more in-depth coverage of them later. Planned, eventually, whenever I freaking get around to it. But that's my little bit of, like, gaming catch-up. I know you blasted through your list of things that you played last year, but we didn't really get much for, like, Blau thoughts about what were highlights, or what did you think of what you were playing. It was more just, I did this at this time, because we were running out of steam.
Right, yeah. Well, the first thing I beat last year was South Park Stick of Truth. And it's just a South Park Paper Mario game, and it was brilliant.
There needs to be more Paper Mario games that are good.
Now, I say it was brilliant, but it did have one bug that caused me to have to replay the entire game again to get one of the achievements. And unfortunately, there is nobody to blame for this bug except Canada.
Yeah, I knew it.
I'm not even making a joke, because what triggers the bug is if you haven't collected all the Chin Pokemon statues and you go to Canada with too many items in your inventory, then I can't remember if it was that you just can't pick up the last couple of Pokemon statues, or if they just like despawn.
You should not have been hoarding so many items, and or you should not have cared about being a completionist.
Well,
I
they
don't know what to tell
shouldn't
you.
have had this bug in a game with infinite inventory space.
I would not call that a bug. I would call that a
Well, it is a bug because
design oversight.
it is a bug because if you store the items in the chest, which you honestly have no legit reason to ever do other than to avoid this bug, because like I said, there is infinite inventory space, then the bug doesn't occur.
Again, a bug is definitionally something that is not performing the way that it is intended.
Yeah, you can't
Like-
pick up some of the Pokemon because of
You don't have enough inventory space.
an inventory overflow or something.
No, it's just you have a max inventory size.
But you don't.
I must not be understanding then what is occurring, but I'll trust you that there
Okay.
is some shenanigans going on.
Okay, so the basis here is there is no max inventory size. You have infinite inventory space. There is a storage box in your character's house, though, that you can deposit items into. And if you have, I don't know the exact number, if you have over a certain number of items in your inventory when you go to Canada, it triggers this bug that makes the last couple of Pokemons unable to be picked up. And I don't remember if it just causes it so that like you see them, but you just can't pick them up for inexplicable reasons, or if it actually despawns them. I want to say it despawned them. But yeah, it was a real simple fix. Just deposit all your crap in the box before you go to Canada. But also, like, damn it, Canada.
Why would you think to do that though in the first place, right? You don't.
Right.
It's that's what would be back in the day called a guide dang it, right?
Well, it's still a bug, though, because you have unlimited inventory space. And this is a bug that occurs because I guess it thinks... I'm not going to pretend that I know the technical reasons why it occurs, but it's a bug. It's not an oversight or anything. It is actually a bug. Okay.
I'm coming back to base with some stone, but not a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna
you're-
take a while to build stone back up.
You've asked me to build some things.
Yeah.
Too bad I'm going to get stone. There was a stone chest over here. It still says rocks. That dropped off a bunch of stuff, and my inventory is so full of like weapons and tools and stuff that I can't carry as much as I'd like. Diggity darn.
Putting on some more armor.
Any other highlights of games you'd want to discuss?
Yeah, so I played the Ware Cleaner as part of a Let's Racing Time food. I think
That was
I think
it's a
Spencer.
girl face suggestion, right?
Yeah. I think that was not a Girl Face's suggestion. Which was a fun little stealth game. I did beat it because it's short. I didn't get perfect scores because I got caught a few times, but
It was a like student game or something, I want to say. I really should keep an eye out for what that dev is doing.
and I believe it was free too.
Yes. Excellent. Like seriously, anyone should go and check that out.
It was a really good game. It's purely a stealth game. Now the idea was you got to clean up the place without being seen, and if you get seen, you have to eat the person that saw you, and then
I would call it
hide the body.
like stealth Luigi's Mansion
Yeah,
or Metal Gear Mansion. Luigi's Solid? No, not that one. Nope, not that one.
I also played Gal Guardian's Servants of the Dark with Pokedude on his stream. Which was like a 2-player Castlevania kind of. It was fun.
Real good.
I think I liked it better than the first one. But it is based on the Gal Guardian series, so... sorry, did I say Gal Guardian? I mean, Gal Gun. So, it's got a lot of pervy humor in it.
Are you telling me that Pokedude had you play an anime game?
It did.
Wow. Shocker.
But this is one that was on my radar because it's made by Inti Creates, and I do like Inti Creates' work.
Why do I know that name?
They've done a lot of things.
What have they done?
Well, they made the Azure Striker Gunvolt series. They have done a lot of, like, contract work. I think they made, the Bloodstained Curse of the Moon games.
I really liked those games. I even
Of
won a
course,
Let's
they were
Play.
involved with Mighty Number 9. I think they're actually largely blamed for why Mighty Number 9 was so bad. Because while they're known for being really good with 2D games, they didn't have much experience with 3D games. I think is what the issue was there. Let's see, they did the Blaster Master Zero series, which I've only played the first one of. I really need to get back and play the others.
Have we looted an infected gnat thing yet?
No, we still need that card.
Okay, I need to make sure I have the right mutation on. I want Dissection Expert. And I'm wearing my little hat. Alright. No such luck. But I tried.
Let's see, after that I played Rockin' Cat. Another food for Let's Racing Time that I finished.
Rockin' Cats!
Which was surprisingly a lot more fun than I thought it would be. Because I watched the original Let's Racing Time race, and I recall a frustrating time was had by all.
I don't remember it being a frustrating... I've also seen the original LRT race on that, and I don't remember
I think there
being
was
frustrated.
one person who was really good at it, and everybody else was just bad.
I mean, I remember looking at the game and thinking, that's a neat-looking game. And then when we played it, my takeaway was, that was a neat-looking game, and that final level is BS. Which hey, that's fair. That's fair criticism.
Yeah. Fun little platformer with the, like, bionic commando type claw.
It's not... It is...
But it has, like, its own
like
quirks to it, because it's like, you could punch the ground to give yourself a really high jump.
So it's the halfway point between Bionic Commando and DuckTales. And if that sounds good to you, check it out. If you hear that and go, non-standard platforming controls, go back to playing, like, 25% of Sonic, I guess.
Let's see. After that, I didn't beat any games for a while until I rolled credits on Vampire Survivors. Not
Any thoughts on Vampire Survivors?
what?
Do you have any thoughts on Vampire Survivors?
Excellent. 10 out of 10.
Are you looking forward to Vampire Crawlers?
I don't know anything about it.
Do you know what it is?
No, not really.
It is like a collectible card game version of Vampire Survivors where you're also doing a 3D dungeon crawl, I guess. It looks weird. It looks real weird. I'm big excited for it.
Alright, I think I have exterminated all the ants.
Oh, you've been anting?
Yeah. Guess I could go pay the queen a visit while I'm here. Yeah, Vampire Survivors is great. It's a great way to kill a lot of time really fast. It's one of those games where you sit down and you're like, okay, this just 30 minutes for a run. I'll do 1 or 2 runs. And then 10 hours go by and you're like, where did the last 8 hours go?
It's a great way to kill a lot of time and no vampires.
Yeah, not a 1. Although they do technically finally have a vampire in the game in the form of Alucard.
I don't think you want to start going near that DLC. Just fair warning. That's a sequel.
Oh, well, I'm actually on that DLC.
Oh, goodness. Best of luck.
Because I finished the base game. That's why it's on my games beaten list. Got all the base game achievos. All I have left is DLC.
There's so much DLC.
I think I completed the first DLC pack, and then I was like, you know what? I want to have the Castlevania weapons to play around with in other levels before I do the Castlevania last. So maybe I'll do Castlevania next.
I did not do all the adventure mode stuff. I'll put that out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the adventure mode stuff.
Yeah.
I did the last one that came out, the free update, the Balatro.
Yeah. Where's my little ant guy? Hey, my little ant guy is going into the ant tunnel. Which I would prefer you didn't.
Could you not?
You know, we got red ants over here. I'm just running around the yard breaking rocks. There's a couple of good spots to be doing that.
Yeah, there's no more soldier ants in here, unfortunately. I say as one spawns outside.
Well, there wasn't, and then it spawned in. I'll let you have that one.
I'm pretty sure it did spawn in.
You can have that one on a technicality.
Let's see. After Vampire Survivors, I played RFL. Which, funny story. Game had been on my wish list along with Rise of the Third Power for forever. And then I found out after I started talking to somebody that Brickroad knew from RPG Maker days that was in his server that struck up a conversation with me because of shared similarities between us, and she became a really good friend, and just over the course of the next couple weeks talking to her, she actually made those 2 games that had been sitting on my wish list for forever.
It's a small world, you know. You run into these people.
So I was like, well, I guess that's as good a reason as any to actually buy them. I didn't play through Rise of the Third Power yet because it looked like it was a meatier game, and I've only got so many spoons I can allot to RPGs.
I hear you.
But I played
A good
RFL, and
pal
it was,
Ichiban is waiting for me at the end of one of those spoons.
RFL was very charming, and the art for it was so good. Like, I knew that I was playing a game made in RPG Maker, but like, I've played enough games made in RPG Maker to know like a lot of the telltale signs that it was made in RPG Maker, and I frequently forgot that I was playing a game made in RPG Maker.
You had the RPG Maker experience that I had playing Kero Kero Cowboy, being like, how are they doing this? What are they doing? What? How is this? And it just
I don't
charmed.
have I don't have a deep enough understanding of it to know stuff on a level of like, how is this possible? No, it was just more of like, I know what little quirks and stuff were like telltale signs of RPG Maker games. Like, most RPG Maker games that I've played had at least one of these quirks that give it away. And
It's the trope.
RFL didn't have any of these. Like, I really wouldn't have known it was an RPG Maker game if she hadn't told me she made it an RPG Maker. But yeah, it was a really fun RPG. I think I spent about 25 hours, maybe, playing through it. I didn't get all the achievements because one of them was to play on the hardest difficulty without losing to anything, and I was like, ass.
You didn't want to go through Canada again?
No, I didn't want to play through this game that had actually quite a few difficult fights that I had to retry without having to retry anything. On a harder difficulty, no less. Let's see. Oh, after that was one of your foods, Windy Every Which Way, which is a game I've known about for a long time.
It was on my to get around to list for a very long time, and I was like, it's perfect excuse for a food. Right?
I really didn't know anything about it. I don't know anything about the source material because it is a licensed game.
I didn't even realize it was Casper the Friendly Ghost coded.
And I really didn't know what the gameplay was like. I just knew that WayForward made it, and I like other WayForward games.
They do work. Yeah.
I guess I'll go check on Grubs.
Gonna go to Grubhub?
Going to the Grub Hub.
Hope this is enough to keep me safe.
Yeah, Wendy Every Which Way was a pretty short puzzle platformer. Where the puzzle element was using gravity to avoid enemies and reach the end of the level.
Did you end up doing the like secret world for it?
I don't think so.
Because I poked my head into it and went, "Oh, this is going to be a pain." I'm worried that game has the Rockin' Cats problem, where the back half of it is the last level.
Well,
so to speak.
Rockin' Cats also had a secret level that was bullcrap.
Yeah.
It was a fun game. I would like to get a physical copy of it, but they're like $500 for loose carts, so probably not.
That's a lot of money.
After that, I played Avenging Spirit, which is also an expensive game to get on Game Boy, but I picked up the Retrobit release of it several years ago and just finally got around to playing it. It's a lot like the premise of Mario Odyssey or Space Station Silicon Valley, where you're like this little ghost and you can't exist for very long outside of something else, and then you go inhabit the body of something else and you take on its properties and stuff. And it's just a short platformer. I think it took about 30 minutes. A lot of different enemy types for you to inhabit, so it was really fun. After that was VIP, the first game in my 10-course Game Boy food.
So mad.
About what?
So mad. I'm so mad about your longest con ever.
You want to talk about that before I get into VIP?
I think that you need to run through all 10 of these stupid Game Boy Color games, which, I might add, were... I think 9 out of 10 of them were excellent.
I think the only one that didn't go over well was Perfect Dark. Which actually isn't on this list because we didn't beat it. A lot of them I didn't put on this list because we didn't finish. Actually, it looks like only 2 of the games actually made it onto the list of games that I beat last year. Yeah, we didn't actually finish but 2 out of the 10 games. But yeah, VIP. It's I guess it's a TV show starring Pamela Anderson. I'd never heard of it before. The game looked interesting. So I decided to give it a play, and I played through it and I beat it in one sitting. It was like a smorgasbord of game modes, but not a single one of them was bad, and I think they were all quite fun.
I would describe it as if WarioWare is micro games, this was a series of mini games.
I mean, there were platforming sections, there were like little skating across a level sections.
I would call it like an auto runner.
Yeah, kind of like an auto runner. Except you could actually.
But then there were
turn around.
driving. There was flying.
Yeah, there was
like
shmup sections. There was what would you describe it as, like the top-down Contra sections?
I just call that like a run and gun.
It was crazy the amount of variety in this game, and like it was all competent.
It was absolutely this studio, because it's the first game this developer ever made, and then every other game they made is one of these types of game modes, 1 or 2 of them. And it was like, we're going to build an engine, and this engine is going to be able to do these 5 different things. How do we highlight 5 different things? Oh, I know, we'll make a licensed TV show game where each of the things will be 1 episode of the TV show. No. It's like 1 or 2 episodes of the TV show, I think, because there was like an overarching plot. And every scene is a different one of these engine types that's being run. It was so weird. I loved it. Where's Flamio? Can you get up here, Flamio? Wherefore art thou, Flamio? Thank you, Blau, for sharing such a weird Game Boy game. Where...
Yeah, we
Continue.
also played games like what was it? Hello Kitty Block Frenzy, I think it was called.
You're thinking of Hello Kitty Island Adventure?
No.
No?
It was like Tetris, except you're dropping blocks around Hello Kitty and friends, trying to give pathways for Hello Kitty to climb on to reach the MacGuffins she had to collect. It was a fun little puzzler, although it did definitely get frustrating towards the point where we all stopped. We played Tiny Toons Adventures Dizzy's Candy Quest, which was just a top-down platformer question mark.
It had some issues, I will say.
It was like
still
a-
walked away from liking it, but
It was
it
like a
had
puzzle
some
game.
control quirks.
It was like a puzzle game. It had a top-down view, but like multiple layers. It's kind of like a Zelda game would. And I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was really good. That was another one we didn't finish. I'm actually going to have to pull up the list to see.
I can tell you that Jelly Donut was on that list.
Ah, yes, Pokemon Picross. Although
You've
not the one
cursed
you're
me with
probably
Jelly Donut.
thinking of, that's on the 3DS, but there was actually a canceled Game Boy Pokemon Picross game.
Game
that,
Boy Color.
that came out as part of one of those massive Nintendo leaks. And I mean, if you like Picross and you like Pokemon, boy, have I got the game for you.
Yeah, go figure.
That was where I discovered that I actually really like Picross, and I have bought a bunch of Picross games since then, including like an actual book that you can write in.
Also known as nonogram games. Just putting that out there.
Not to be mistaken with nonary games.
Nope, we're not. Don't. That is a Keter level cognito hazard I refuse to discuss.
Okay.
I am burdened with knowledge that I will never be able to forget, and it haunts me every day. It is useless. It makes me a worse person to know these things.
Okay, our fourth game I had titled Rock Candy. It's a game that I didn't put on my beaten games list because there are 2 levels that I have not gotten the best score on, and those 2 levels are the only thing preventing me from 100%ing it. But it was a really good game called Unearthed, where you pilot this mech, you can get out of the mech, and it's like a puzzle game where there's some things that you can only push when you're in the mech, there's some things you can only push when you're not in the mech, there's some things that you can push either way, and it's like a steps-based Sokoban.
It's like a surprisingly detailed Sokoban, where there are, like, again, because it's in the mech, out of the mech, and like in a hacking minigame as well. So there are 3 layers to the puzzle interactions. It's really cool. It's really cool.
So I did actually beat that game. I just didn't put it on the list because I didn't get the 100%.
And Blau, you are the consummate completionist, as always.
Let's see. It's number 5. Oh, 5
Where
is,
would Spiky Burrs be? We do have a separate one for you.
5 was Lollipop. That was Dizzy's Candy Quest. 6, Steak and Eggs. This was Tyrannosaurus Tex, which wasn't a particularly good game. Like, it was fine.
No, it was excellent. I
mean,
really liked it.
It was fine. like it's a boomer shooter. It didn't do anything really new, but the fact that it was a Game Boy Color boomer shooter and ran as well as it did was just technologically impressive.
I
I
mean, it was
I
it
had
was
thought it was a homebrew, but it turns out it was a canceled game that later got, like much later, like well after the Game Boy's life had ended, got finished and released.
I would actually it's not a boomer shooter. Boomer shooters are, I would say, Doom clones.
This
This was a
isn't
Wolfen-like.
Buttface. You realize those are the same thing.
No, it's a Wolfen-like. It's a lycanthrope, if you will. Come on! Come on! Let me have my fun. Come on! I'm just a little guy. Come on!
I am upset.
It's fine.
More like and smash that like.
Would you prefer the term Stein 'em up?
Just a boomer shooter. A shooter for boomers.
I'm going to curse Dan and Bob with these. I'm just so you know.
Oh, Dan's going to lose his shit over that.
Oh, listen to the joy that I'm having. I built your things. I built them.
Okay.
I built them. Built them with my bare hands.
Oh my goodness. I'm
Oh,
never
you
going to
put
get this
other
gold.
crud over here. Put spike strips. What kind of spike strips are these? I need cement, wood splinters, and lint rope. How do I make cement?
I think in the furnace. The
Furnace.
furnace.
Almost sneeze.
Ugh. I watched too much Nintendo Capri Sun. He's been playing Plants vs. Zombies Fusions lately. And there's a plant called the furnace. It's a fur that heats up other plants. So of course he said one of his can you call it a catchphrase? It's basically a catchphrase. Where I don't get this catchphrase, but I've heard him say it enough times where he just goes, the furnace. Makes no sense.
Is that maybe a reference to The Brave Little Toaster? Just throwing that out there, not having seen that movie in forever.
I have genuinely no ideas what the reference to.
Do you have a concern if I were to churn out a bunch of Everchar charcoal chunks into charcoal ash?
Like, don't deplete our supply.
But we have 151 right now, and I was going to bring that down to 50.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, just make sure we have enough to repair our torches. But other than that, I think turning it into ash is kind of why we need it.
Well, I'm working towards it.
Okay, I think I've been in this hole for long enough.
Oh, you're too far away. Can I do you here? Yes. No. I actually like
This is enough
you.
to keep me safe.
I should go kill
Look.
my infected friends.
There we go. Okay. That charcoal is a churnin'. Churnin', burnin'. What were the other Game Boy titles on that list? Oh, actually, no. Jumping Off of Rock Candy. Because that's by the same developer as another game that you'd played. And I would love to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, you can hold off because that's further down the list. Let's see. 7 in my list of games was the Misspelled Baloney. Which was...
Why is my screen black on your end?
Probably because I've got this list pulled up. So I'll just get through the rest of them. I'll talk about Bologna in a bit because we beat that one. The next one was the one that has earned Buttface's ire. The Long Con. Number 8. Meal Ready to Eat. Metal Gear Solid Ghost Babel. Where
That's such a good game.
I forced him to play VR missions, despite all of his protests.
It's so good.
But
They
yes,
were excellent.
it's a really good game. Like you might think, oh, Game Boy Metal Gear, how good could it be? It's good. Ladybird is trying to kill me.
I'm going to go in D Pine Cone. Sorry, that's my next to do.
Number 9 was Spotted Dick. That was Perfect Dark. We didn't play it long enough for me to really get an idea for it, other than the tutorial area has some BS in it.
We got like several missions in. I
It
want
was
to say.
still the tutorial, though.
Oh, yeah. It was no VR missions, I'll tell you that much.
It was a stealth game, though.
Oof.
And then number 10 was... How do you say this? Survey de Veau?
Sauvet de Vœux.
Yeah, that. It's brains. So, of course, it was Resident Evil Gaiden, which...
I want to go back and finish that. That was really good.
Yeah,
when I
was
actually understood
really
what to do. Like,
we didn't spend as much time as we should have with that one, because that was the second game we played after abandoning Perfect Dark. But it was really good, like way better than you would think a Game Boy Resident Evil game would be capable of being.
once you got the hang of conserving ammo and when to fight a zombie versus when to run from one, and like I just really liked the like almost Undertale-esque active turn-based zombie battle. Like what? How you doing that? That's a really neat idea for a Game Boy game. 10 out of 10. No notes.
Okay, and with that, I can take that away so we can bring your stream back. Okay, back to my list of games. The next one on my list was Shantae Advance, Risky
Is my
Revolution.
screen back up? I'm not seeing it yet.
Yes, it is. Which is a Game Boy Advance game. I bought it from Limited Run, so I got the actual Game Boy Advance cartridge. And I have mixed feelings about it. Like, it's short, like Risky Revolution is. Like, those two kind of feel like... Or, sorry, Risky's Revenge. Risky's Revenge and Risky Revolution feel like two halves of the same whole game. Except one of them was the second game in the series, and one of them was the sixth. Even though it was supposed to be the second. Well, the second game was supposed to be the third.
Blau, numbers are hard and counting is evil.
Yeah, but I have mixed feelings because like the overworld for it's not really great. They didn't do much with the titular revolution gimmick, and I guess the dungeons were okay. But what really shined for me was Shantae's transformation dances are the best they have ever felt. They are so fast and snappy. Like, you can really just, like, rapid form change. And they did have enough gameplay elements in there to kind of get you to make use of the ability to change forms rapidly. And I really appreciated that quite a lot.
Sorry, you said that those dances are fast and snappy, not slow and yappy?
Yep, fast and snappy.
Must be nice.
Don't be jealous.
I'm Turbo Jelly.
I thought you were Jelly Donut.
Nah, Jelly with a KY over here. I just stun locked you with that.
No, I'm just trying to think, and nothing's happening. Let's see. The next two games I beat were actually the same game, but one of them was colorized by none other than Tora's, the same guy that did the color versions of Super Mario Land and Super Mario Land 2.
I still got a Super Mario Land 2 and an Archie one of these days.
And those two games were Trip World, which it's like a weird Japanese platformer, kind of like Gimmick. It was made by Sunsoft, I believe, so same company as Gimmick. But you're like this little rabbit creature, and like you can turn into a helicopter version of yourself. You can turn into like a fish version of yourself, and then there are like some special items that give you like temporary forms. Like one gives you like a whip out of your tail, so it starts to feel like, I don't know, Simon Belmont whipping stuff. It was a short but actually quite difficult platformer. I think it had like 5 levels, but man, oh man, it was hard. But it was good. And the reason why I played 2 versions of it is because one of them was the black and white version, and the other was the color hack. After that, I played the 7th Guest 25th Anniversary Edition on Steam. I played 7th Guest before, but I don't think I had ever actually finished it. And I really like 7th Guest. I think Buttface is going to disagree with me on this, but it was like each room in the house has like a self-contained puzzle. And I just like that format.
Blau? It may shock you to hear this. Me being who I am, I've never played the 7th Guest.
Yes, but I remember discussing it with you, and you were like, that sounds like Professor Layton. I hate Professor Layton.
No, the problem with... who's attacking me? The problem with Professor Layton is that the puzzles are like completely disconnected from the environment, whereas by the sounds of it in 7th Guest, they are quite well integrated.
I mean, yeah, they're kind of integrated to the environment, but the puzzles really are kind of like separate from the story, if that makes sense.
Well, that's totally fine. That's there's no narrative or cohesive reason for why you have to do this sliding puzzle to get into the pantry. It's just they've decided to put a sliding puzzle before you get into the pantry. Like that's
so
right, right?
In 7th Guest, your pantry puzzle is actually like you open the pantry and there's a bunch of cans and you have to rearrange them to spell words to make a phrase. Yeah,
that's just standard. That's what I would call like an escape room puzzle. Like that's pretty bog standard.
Sounds like I must have just explained it poorly to you.
I won't ruffle my feathers over that.
Sounds like I just poorly explained it to you then.
Or I might have just misunderstood your initial explanation. Or I could have been doing that thing where I just ignore whatever you're saying and have my own opinion of it already preformed and refuse to adjust my worldview. That's something that I do all the time, right?
Is that before or after the part that you explain stuff that I already know about?
I think it's right after that part, but right before I misquote you and then claim that the thing that I'm quoting you as saying is flowery language.
Is that before or after you say something that I had just said and act like it was your idea?
I do that all the time. I literally just said that. This is why we are canonically divorced.
So I like Seventh Guest enough that I played the 11th Hour after that. And this one's probably more up Buttface's alley, because in addition to having these puzzles in each room, you're also given like clues to find an object to interact with somewhere in the house. And that's what makes 11th Hour considerably harder to me. I like it. It has much more detailed story to it. But yeah, it's really hard. And I'm kind of dumb.
You are not kind of dumb. You may be dumb.
Is there a
There's
difference?
a difference. There's a difference, Blau. I actually think you're pretty clever when you put your mind to it. And are given a calculator.
As long as I know where it is, right?
As long as you understand how calculators work.
And make sure I'm actually doing something that requires math.
Yes, absolutely. Well, what else would you be doing with a calculator? Turning it upside down so you can see boobs?
I mean, I'm always down to see boobs.
That is one of the main functions of a calculator. I don't want to go there, but I gotta do it anyways. Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, stop it.
No, I guess that did not create a backpack. Okay, well, I'm good with that.
There we go.
Don't look down. Don't look
But
down.
yeah, I enjoyed replaying the 11th Hour. I need to get to the fan-made sequel, which I think is called the 13th Doll or something. I have it. I just haven't played it yet. After
They
that,
made 13 dolls?
What?
They made 13 dolls?
I guess.
Seems too many dolls.
After that, I played another Game Boy Color game that I bought off of Limited Run and hadn't gotten around to, called Repugnant Bounty, which, like, this game is just a Metroid 2 clone.
Another Metroid 2 clone?
Yes, it's another Metroid 2 clone. Yeah, it's just straight up a clone. Like, it's Metroidvania for the Game Boy. You're on this planet that you have to go and defeat these boss monsters in. There's not a whole lot else in the way of monsters on this planet. And
Good at all.
you know, when you beat them all, you fight like the big bad behind it all or whatever. I don't know. There's not a lot to say. I didn't like it that much. I don't think I would like Metroid 2 very much if I played the Game Boy version of that. So, I mean, take that for what it's worth there. It was... I think my big problem with it is, so like, at the beginning, you're supposed to pick up your sword. It's just a glowing object in the background, and you have to... It's not like animated glowing, it's like rainbow colored glowing. And you just have to notice that and decide to inspect that, because there's like not a prompt or anything. And if you don't notice that, you can just wander around the starting area for hours not knowing what to do.
I don't know. This feels like someone complaining that they don't know how to operate elevators.
It's in the same vein, yeah.
Okay. I agree. Bad conveyance is bad conveyance. If you don't know that something's interactable, how are you supposed to know to interact with it? Whoa, that's always close. That is a close shave every time.
Mamma mia.
Well, I pinecone real good these days, and I also just got a bunch of rocks if my pet will ever come upstairs to the base.
My other problems with Pugnant Bounty is it was very easy to get lost. There's no map. And the final boss is like a gauntlet of 3 very difficult bosses, and it's bullcrap.
Is there no
the big
map?
problem with the final boss is that the second boss in that series is one that seems to just randomly, like totally randomly, just get free hits on. So like RNG decides how much health you have going into the final fight.
Is there no map? Or again, with some of these like new retro throwback games, they will not put a map in game, but give you a like physical print out map as a feelie for.
No, there was no map.
Because
I have the physical version. I bought it new. Limited run.
Yeah. That is BS then.
The next game on my list, I don't know why I wrote anything else after it. It's Hollow Knight. And that's pretty much
that was the
only
last
thing...
game that was ever released, right?
That's right.
They didn't make they stopped making games after that point.
Yeah. No more games after Hollow Knight. Who knew?
It's weird.
That's why Silksong never came out.
I'm still waiting for Silksong. I'd love to finish it someday.
No, Hollow Knight is one of my favorite games of all time now. One of the best games I've ever played. I loved it so much. And I have not been able to 100% it. That still eludes me.
What are you waiting for on the hundo?
Getting good.
Oh, I know what you're waiting for.
Well, technically, I 100%ed it. What I haven't done is 112%ed it.
Yeah. I've done the 100% speed run. I was pretty darn happy with all that.
Yeah.
I did
speedrun too.
Where do you want all of these BBQ medleys?
I guess you could put them in the manufactured goods chest for now.
Manufactured goods. What? Oh, that's a lot of moldy hoagies.
Yeah. One day we need to do something with those.
Someday.
The next game on my list was Zephyr's Pass. This is a game that I bought from Incubate
No.
Games.
I want to go back for 2 seconds. So you've done the full Hollow Knight LP now, like the full Hollow Knight LP.
I haven't finished God Home, but
an unreasonable ask that only an unreasonable person would go and do.
Well,
so when do you do it?
I did beat the first Pantheon with all 4 bindings in place, and I'm really proud of that.
You are very good at video games. You're very good at video games. But like, I also am of the opinion that Hollow Knight, excellent game, just fantastic. Why is it so bloody good? Like, I don't get why Hollow Knight hits as hard as it does when I cannot for the life of me get into other Metroids or Vanias.
It's even difficult to get into Hollow Knight's own sequel.
It has the smoothest game feel I've ever had. So you're playing a different game that when I try and press a button in it, it makes my hands cry, and I have described it to you as such before. I'm not going to say what game that is, but it's too floaty and I hate it. Whereas Hollow Knight, every time I press a button in the game, it is euphoric.
Oh, you're talking about porno witch game. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm playing a porno witch game because it's an archipelago game, and I've heard that's a legit good
You mind
game.
your business?
I want this one. Survey resource.
Putting on some
I don't
fur.
have a problem with people knowing I played a porn game. I just don't want the people that might be minors on my friends list on Steam to see them. That's why they're hidden.
Okay. I wasn't going to make that call for you. I was going to let you put that out there. But as I have matured and as I have more and more limited time in my life, if a game like it's whatever that like organizational self-help is, like, it does not spark joy. If I'm pressing a button and it doesn't feel good, in fact, it feels bad, it makes my hand go blah, I don't want to play that game at all, period. It's like, just full stop. I won't push past it to learn the controls and get good at it. It's like, no, there's a million other things that I could be playing. And that's a purely selfish problem for me. I don't feel this way about, like, reading a hard book or watching non-English language movies. I'm fine with subtitles. I'm fine with weird barriers to entry, but specifically because gaming is ludic. It involves the interactivity of play. If it sucks to play, I don't want to sit there where the primary action feels bad every fraction of a second. And Hollow Knight, on the other hand, it might be the best to ever do it from a 2D platforming, action platforming control scheme. Like, my high watermark for that is probably Mario 3. I love Mario 3's physics more than just about any other 2D platformer. And again, a lot of that is I play a lot of Mario 3. But just Blau, the Hollow Knight Pogo is so good.
Now,
Why
how
is
can
the
we
Hollow
ruin
Knight
it?
Pogo so
How
good?
can we ruin the pogo? Maybe if we make it go diagonal?
Get good.
It could.
Look, I got good at that diagonal pogo. I'm gonna tell you.
I cannot fight these meaty gnats because I don't have a bow.
Have you tried using your diagonal pogo?
I don't have a diagonal pogo, unfortunately.
Darn.
Well, this idea was a bust.
This is a new headcanon that I didn't realize I was going to have, but immediately feels right. Willow and Hornet would totally get along. Like, I'm not crazy with that, just like gut feeling that I'm right on that, right?
Well, she does like spiders.
Yeah. Willow and Hornet, bros to the end. I'm telling you. Stop it! I'm getting burned alive over here. Having a bad time, house. There we go. All right. We're good. Everything's fine. Well, we're all right. Okay, that was my Hollow Knight detour of.
Yeah, I didn't want to go too deeply into Hollow Knight because I do literally have an entire Let's Play on my channel that I just did.
Regardless of the world, regardless of the combat, like the game feel of it is so excellent that it is exemplary in the field. I just didn't want us to pass that up.
The next game on my list is Zephyr's Pass, which is a Game Boy Color game that I got from Incubate Games. I'd been looking forward to it because it looked like a Zelda clone. I was a little bit disappointed. Perhaps my expectations were too high. It was fine, but it was short, and the dungeons were very linear. And the world was segmented and very linear. And it, of course, had some of that Game Boy Studio jank.
Jank that doesn't need to be there, as we have found out.
Let's see. And after that was The Machine, another game I got from Incubate Studios, which is the game that Buttface was alluding to, that was also made by one of the people involved with Unearthed. This game is excellent. It's like a social commentary. You're in a literal machine. You're like at your final exam for high school, but you didn't study for it, so you don't know any of the answers. And you know, you still gotta take the test, and your score determines what you're doing for the rest of your life. And so it's kind of like a walking simulator, I think. The creator, I don't think, liked that description so much, and said he thinks of it more of as an adventure game. And I mean, however he wants to look at it. I didn't call it a walking simulator to say that I thought it was bad, because I thought it was excellent. But like, you go through a lifetime, and you just keep replaying this lifetime over and over, and it starts the same way every time, taking that test in high school to determine the rest of your life. You can learn the answers as you play the game. And there is a mystery going on in the machine, as well as a ton of different endings to see and about 20 something achievements to get. Just excellent all around. Go play it. Get it off of Incubate.
I am looking forward to putting a bunch of time into it. I want to approach it from my new obsession, which is, what can I cram into the genre of visual novel that shouldn't be there, but I feel like it should. So if the developer really doesn't like the concept of it being a walking simulator, I'm gonna give them a rude awakening. And two, can I side tangent us with a realization I had in my life that may or may not be applicable to you?
Sure.
Because we were talking about some of my bad tendencies that I have when trying to make a point. And I came to the realization of why I have one very particular bad tendency, which is I tend to create long-winded, fictitious examples or thought experiments of like, well, imagine if this was the thing that was going on, to be illustrative of a larger point that I'm making. Oftentimes, like, playing a exaggerated or cartoonish caricature of myself or the actual position that I'm taking. Have you noticed this tendency?
I'm gonna be real with you. I checked out about halfway through that.
No worries. I definitely noticed this in myself. And I realized the other day why. And it's because from a very early age, because you said, oh, this game is a social commentary. And I think that it would be more apropos to call it a parable. Because from a very early age, I was shown the example of a parable and told, this is a good thing to do, instead of something that an insufferable arse would do to make a point. Parables are not good at being illustrative. They are really annoying.
Well, I say it's a social commentary because you're literally inside a simulation of a society.
Yes.
And you have so many choices. You could be the game's equivalent of the Democrats and lead that society to peace. You could be that game's equivalent of the Republicans and throw a baby into the machine.
Look, the machine was made to have babies thrown into it. Otherwise, it wouldn't take them so easily. I don't know what the actual argument they make in-game is. I'm, again, just being a guy. I need to put rocks in an ant because I'm over-encumbered.
Oh, we need more wooden splinters.
Sounds like someone's got a anthill or a termite hill.
Okay, I'm gonna go underwater. I should probably get my underwater gear.
I found where all the rocks are, and you were wrong. The best place for rocks is actually right outside of the sandbox.
That's
so
where
many.
the shovel is.
No.
That is exactly where I told you to go.
No, it isn't.
Where do you think the shovel is?
The shovel is by the picnic table. This is way closer to, like, this is direct, like, I can see the red of the sandbox. I'm right under it.
The shovel is in between the picnic table.
Yes,
and the
there's
sandbox.
like a hole where the shovel is.
Yeah, that whole area around the shovel is where there's just a ton of rocks. God, why do you do this? Tell me I'm wrong.
The shovel doesn't even have that many rocks in it. This like right up the crab's butt is where I want to be. Or I guess this is the front of the crab. The giant enemy crab. It's like saying go to the Burger King when what you mean is the block over from the Burger King.
No. The entire area between the picnic table and the sandbox around the shovel is good for rocks.
You said go to where the shovel is.
Oh,
it's good for rocks.
You are so aggravating. But I think you knew that.
I mean, you could always just block me if you wanted. I mean, if you're sick and tired of arguing with me.
I've put up with you this long, haven't I?
So you're saying that this is less a friendship and more Stockholm syndrome? Or is this just a long and illustrative example?
Sunk cost fallacy?
Sunk cost fallacy.
Could be. The next game I played was Sabrina, the animated series, Zapped. One of two Sabrina the Animated Series games on the Game Boy Color, made by WayForward. It was fine. Nothing real special. Just a short little platformer where your friends are turned into animals and you gotta stun them so that you can magic them back into humans. And then go to the end of the stage. And each... I think there were 4 worlds, and each world had a boss at the end. Like I said, I don't have a lot to say. It was fine. Wasn't the best platformer I played. Wasn't the worst.
So it's a series of worlds where you need to free your friends who are turned into animals at the end. That's what you said?
No, you you go through the levels finding your friends who are animals, and you have to stun them, which allows you to use the magic to turn them back into humans.
Oh, okay. So
And
sorry.
then
I was
once you have turned all of them in the level back into humans, at that point you can go to the end of the level.
'cause to me it sounded like what you were describing sounded like you only played 25% of it.
No, that's Sonic 3.
Yeah. Okay, we're going back home. My hammer is damaged.
After that, I played a game called Chanty for the Game Boy, which was like a walking simulator with like rhythm game battles.
Chanty. Also it would be pronounced shanty, I think.
Eh,
Because it's the pirate one, right?
yes. Look, I'm Southern. We famously pronounce things however we want, and we don't learn.
You live in the land of the free, and by free you mean free with pronunciation.
That's right.
Darn Skippy.
You darn
Yeehaw.
tootin'.
Yeehaw.
I'm telling you, yeehaw is more of a Texas thing.
Well, Wahoo is a Mario thing, and I don't want to say that.
Oh.
There.
Just exterminating over here. Water boatmans. Let's see. Chanty I need to go back to. I didn't 100% it, but I did beat it. It was a good game. The rhythm could have stood to be harder, but it was fine for a Game Boy game.
It's a good game, except for the parts of it that were egregious.
I wouldn't say anything was really egregious.
Oh, you wouldn't, would you?
Nope.
I thought you encountered some egregious things.
I mean, I don't know the parts of a boat.
I thought there was also that one part where you didn't realize you could walk diagonally.
So I found out that was more a problem of the Game Boy clone I was playing on, because it has an option to turn diagonals off, and it was defaulted to off for some reason.
Strange.
Yeah.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Something that could have been avoided entirely if I had played something like Link's Awakening on it, because then I would have been like, yo, why can't I walk diagonally?
Well, I have... Oh, I would like my pet back up here, because my pet has a ton.
But I was just kind of assuming that you just couldn't walk diagonally in this game, because it was a Game Boy Studio Maker game.
You're saying easier to blame engine limitations.
Yeah. They really should have put a frog in this game that could just eat you.
That's what Trudy's for. I have been keeping myself completely spoiler-free on what's in Grounded 2. For all I know, there are frogs.
I don't know much about Grounded 2.
I guess I should say I watched the like trailer for it, but I haven't been like following. So like
Yeah, kind of same. I know
there's
that there are mounts, and that's
like
kind of,
Madam CEO. That's I got that much.
I know there are mounts, and that's kind of all I know.
Ooh, I'm doing my job on the rocks. We're back up to half a chest worth of rocks. I'm going to attempt a demuscle sprouting, potentially. I feel like it's been a day-night cycle and a half. Do I remember where that entrance is? I think over here.
Well, I think I have exterminated all the tadpoles and water boatmen.
Oh, you're out on the pond too. Would you look at that?
Yep, I'm just across the pond from you. You limey bastard.
No, surprisingly for most of my friends, you're not across the pond. You're on the same continent as me, just in a completely different world.
Yeah, I live in hell, and you live in a normal place.
Well, hell frozen over, actually, to be precise.
I don't think you have the right to call where you live
Better
hell.
safe than sorry.
You forget our stupid, like, freedom convoys that were happening. I'm not getting into it. Nope, I'm gonna get myself mad. I'm gonna make myself angry.
Look, I'm not forgetting anything, but I don't really need to say anything.
True enough. It's apples and oranges. Or apples and way, way, way worse oranges. Do we have muscle sprouts? Yeah, pump it up. Whatever
Up
else
the
techno
jam.
stuff is going on in here. Or is this jazzercise? I don't remember.
Larva here, if you're into that sort of thing.
There was nothing particularly jazzy about jazzercise. I'm just gonna say it. You know what? It's a misnomer.
Is there a
right.
Mr. Nomer?
You're thinking of Math Blaster. That's the wrong door.
Anyway, the next game on my list is Bomberman Max Red Challenger. And I'm just going to go ahead and spoil things a little bit. I've also got Bomberman Max Blue Champion on my list.
Did they Pokemon it?
They Pokemoned it.
I hate it when they Pokemon it.
So Bomberman games already have one annoying aspect to them, in that you beat a level and you're given multiple exits that you can take. And there's no way to just play and hit every level in a world before you get to the boss. So like you have to revisit the world if you want to play every level. And
Not so bad.
the ending you get is based upon your completion. So there's 100 levels in the game, and 20 of them can only be accessed from the other version. However, you do still have to beat those 20 levels in order to get the good ending. So you have to gain access to them by trading. Well, not really trading. It's more like mixing records, receiving the levels, as it were, from someone with the other version that has beaten the levels you need. So that adds a second level of obnoxiousness to completing a Bomberman game. I can deal with the having to revisit the worlds because levels have multiple exits. That's easy enough because they do at least mark exits that lead to levels you've beaten in a different color. But yeah, the 20 levels that are locked to one version or the other is obnoxious. And since I don't actually know anybody with the games, I did them both.
You're allowed to do both as a treat, I guess, if you have to. It's that completionist compulsion in you. Gets you in more trouble than it's worth. I swears. I swums to John.
So there is one game in between the two on my list, and it's actually baloney. It's a game that only came out in Europe called Kix Adventure, which is just Kix. The game Kix, Qix, where you're like, you got this box, you got this like thing flying in the box, and you've got these two things that are going along the edges of the box where you are, and you have to like create smaller boxes inside the box to box in the thing inside the box until you've boxed in enough of the box that there's only a small amount of box left in the box, and it says that you've completed the box. Which, what was it? 75% was what you had to get for every level, I think.
I thought it varied, but it was like between 60 and 80, yeah.
Anyway, the thing inside the box is the titular Kix. It starts off as just like this line that moves slowly and somewhat aimlessly around the box. Oftentimes it does feel like it's gunning for you, though. The Kix gets more complex the further you get into the game, making it harder to avoid. I think it also gets a little bit faster. But like it's just Kix. It's Kix. The thing that makes it different from the standard Kix, though, is that there are these little monsters that show up on each level, and like you can get a bonus by defeating these monsters, and it'll spawn a chest that you can get an item from, such as the Dingus box.
The Dingus box. Oh, my beloved Dingus box. How I've missed you.
But really, the truly wonderful thing about Kix Adventure is that it has probably the worst English translation I've ever seen.
It's
is
a job
amazing.
that someone was paid to do, presumably.
It is amazing. And just words cannot do it justice. It did only come out in Europe and Japan. So, it's going to be difficult to find. If you want to play it, you might be best off just sailing the seas, as it were. Get your chanty on.
Okay, I have fixed all of our pet houses. We've now got Ben Schwartz, Clifford, Flamey, Fid, Ronald McWeevil, and King Cole.
Yep.
That's everyone.
That's everyone.
It did finally detect our one pet that we needed to have in there.
So, after Bomberman Max, I played Daikatana, but not the garbage one that was made for PC. I played the Game Boy Color one, which plays a lot like a Zelda game, and was actually kind of good. It was short, it was linear, it was difficult at times, but I really enjoyed it, actually. It has a really stupid story about time travel that makes no sense.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, Blau. All stories about time travel don't make sense. No
Huh.
one has ever written a time travel movie that actually makes sense.
I'd
I
rather have
know
a spider,
this.
personally.
You're not telling me anything I
After,
don't already know.
normal size again.
After Daikatana was actually the game that I played for my Christmas video, which, due to recording difficulties, didn't actually get finished until Christmas Day. And that would be The Grinch for the Game Boy Color.
The Grumbler?
It was a stealth game made by Konami. Stop me if you've heard this one before.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Never heard of it.
But yeah, it's actually made in the Metal Gear Solid Ghost Babel engine. So, the Grinch is probably my favorite Dr. Seuss character, and I love the Jim Carrey movie, which this game was based on. And yeah, it just seemed like a great game to play for Christmas. It was frustrating at times, but I loved it. I do want to get a physical copy of it for myself one day. Yeah, really good game. It was my Christmas video. I played the whole thing in one video. Check it out if you haven't already. And I got one last game in before the end of the year. Tales of Monsterland DX for the Game Boy Color. I beat it on December 31st. It's kind of like that one Wonder Boy game where you get these transformations. Is that Wonder Boy 3, I think? Anyway, it's a lot like that. It also kind of feels like Kirby's Adventure a little bit. It's short, though. It's like Mario Land length. And parts of it can be difficult, but I kind of breezed through it. There was one little thing for the hundo that I had to look up because it was really obscure. But, I mean, I did get the hundo, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was a fun little game.
I just want to backtrack to the Grinch is my favorite Dr. Seuss character.
Yeah, I love the Grinch.
I had to go back because I have a different favorite Dr. Seuss character. I don't know. Are you familiar with his seminal work, Are You My Mother?
No.
It is about a little baby bird who falls out of the nest and then wanders around town asking various things. Are you my mother?
Wait,
Because it doesn't know it's a baby bird. It just fell out of the coconut tree.
this actually does sound familiar.
And my favorite Dr. Seuss page, any illustration he's ever done, and my favorite Dr. Seuss character is Snort. But the big thing just said Snort. Oh, you are not my mother, said the baby bird. You are a snort. I have to get out of here. I love the snort. The snort is my favorite thing. Or favorite Dr. Seuss thing, that is.
I really need to watch that Green Eggs and Hams series on Netflix.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Didn't even know.
It might not be in Canada land.
Canadaland?
Canada land.
Canucksville?
There's a larva here.
Canuck, it's Canuckles?
Captain Canuckles.
With his little Lego shoes.
Okay, what can I do with moth parts? Moth scales. Time to go to my waft emitter.
You are a big, terrifying spider, and I don't want to be around you.
I think they are weak to mint. Yes.
Oh, I'm getting spodered. This is unfortunate for me.
It's spodered on loser.
I would let. Oh, I should have turned into better armor at some point. But catchphrase.
You're not even saying your catchphrase?
At this point, I've given
guess
up.
you already
I'm just
didn't do
going
it.
to But catchphrase. Actually, which is technically still accurate. But catchphrase. This is the level of like shorthand that we have devolved into. This is like there used to be some semblance of quality, and now you're just getting this. I really have let myself go. I need to
Phoning it in.
that.
This year I've already beaten a few games. I could talk about those if you want.
I also
I can
beat
assure you that no one has ever said
a
that to me.
game this year that I wasn't planning to beat. But I actually am going to save that because I like the game so much. I'm going to cover it on my continuing series of that. I guess I'm doing slow and yappy. That's the theme for right now. What did you finish off this year already? It's barely even been a month.
Let's see. So, the first game I beat this year was Project S11, which was a shmup for the Game Boy Color. It was fine. I almost single credit cleared it, but I game overed on the last level, and I just could not get my arsenal up enough to or sorry, I died too many times on the last level and just could not get my weapon strong enough again to be able to get it without game overing.
I was gonna say I often have trouble getting my arse up. I mean arsenal.
I beat Patchy Matchy, which is a match 4 game. And beating it is just getting the 17 achievements. Which, my big struggle there was some of the achievements, I didn't understand what it meant for me to actually do. I guess there's like 4 achievements for comboing, and a combo was just getting them in quick succession.
I thought you were gonna say that it was a like Pocky and Rocky clone.
No.
Of all things.
And I also beat Baby T-Rex, which was honestly, it's not a good game. I had fun with it. It was short. I beat it in less than an hour, I think. But it was... And I did single credit clear it, because, like, they give you lives like crazy. But that's because the game is, it's a leap of faith platformer.
Oh, I hate those.
Yeah, constant blind jumps. But yeah, I single credit cleared that game. It wasn't a good game, but it was enjoyable enough, I guess. And then the last game that I beat this year was, I don't know, little game you may not have heard of. Called Caro Cowboy.
I still haven't beaten that. Still need to. Still need to do like the full clear. I haven't even rolled credits on it.
I don't want to talk
I tap out
I don't want to talk too much
right when I
about
get
it.
to the mine.
But
Or right when I get to the well, I should say.
I don't want to talk too much about Caro Cowboy, but I will say that excellent game. And the only BS in it is a single enemy type in
Ghosts?
2 specific locations are just set up to perfectly kill you every time. Like, instantly knock you in a pit, kill you.
It's the ghosts, right?
Yes, it's the ghost.
Who is doing what? What?
We're being attacked.
Waft emitter.
Oh, you're waft emittering.
Yep. I'm stinking up
Oh.
the place.
Okay. Whew. I was like, what's going on? Crazy frog droppable. What's going on?
Okay, I've got to get out of this prison of my own making.
I talked about Caro Cowboy last time we sat down here, and upon replaying it. By the way, out on Steam now. You can just go and buy it, or you can buy the physical copy.
You can
And,
also
I mean,
buy
it was
the ROM
always-
off of itch.
It was also on itch, so just go and get the ROM there.
Although I imagine you
Support
probably
this dev,
get
they
the
do
ROM
fantastic work.
if you buy it on Steam. So you can just extract it from the files, probably.
Probably. I didn't bother asking because I just got it off of itch. I would actually assume that the dev gets a better cut from itch, but don't hold me to that. Do your own research on that one. But yeah, the longer I sit with Caro Cowboy, the more I'm like, yeah, that was probably the best 2D platformer that came out last year. Yep, at least the best one I played. Like just stellar. What are you stinking up the yard with right now?
Moth.
Moths?
Yep.
How many come from a waft emitter? Is it even enough to like re-get them?
Depends on how much stuff you put in there. I put 1 moth scale in and 2 spawned.
That's no bad. That's no bad.
And that was almost too much for me to handle.
Do you want a hand?
Well, I actually need to go back to the base to get the repair tool.
Good point.
Oh, wait, no,
Well, that's
actually,
kinda-
I have the repair tool on me.
I'm kind of just doing like a runaround at the moment for miscellaneous goods.
Well, we have talked quite a bit, so I guess as far as podcasting goes, it's been a successful episode, but we have
Blau.
not accomplished anything.
Blau. We have covered the games that I played last year. I have 12 movies I saw in theater, 7 movies that I saw at home, 3 movies I have yet to get to, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 albums worth of music to talk about.
Okay, well, I've really got to.
Oh, me too. I'm ready to wind down for today. Don't just assume that I can go forever, all right? A little peek behind the curtains, dear viewers. Blau was like, I don't know if I got much to talk about today, and I'm like, trust us. We're chatty Cathy's over here. We can do this.
Well, I didn't think I could lead the conversation, but you tricked me into it anyway.
I know you. Blau, I knew we were gonna be fine when we were half an hour late to starting because we talked for 90 minutes initially.
I shall name it.
Well, we have accomplished nothing in the game, though, unfortunately.
Well, we have nothing to show for what we've accomplished. We ran 10 bosses worth, and we've been I have been trying to kill the enemies that we need for gold cards.
Same
We've
here.
somewhat fortified the base a little bit. We've restocked on resources in that regards, but yeah, it's slow going.
Just rip us, I guess.
The problem is, Blau. The game is very slow at rewarding us at this point because, again, we're going for, like, the full hundo. But also, it's just fun. Like, we may have not done anything for 4 hours, but I've had a good time playing this game that I am intimately familiar with and have seen zero new content of. I'm afraid of what Grounded 2 is going to look like when it is fresh for both of us.
Well, we've
Unless
still
you
got
go and
some
play
new.
with your cousin.
We've still got some new content in New Game Plus that neither one of us has seen.
Oy, 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 oy.
But yeah. Well, you know, I guess if we're ready to wind down, then I guess we'll just end it off here, then, huh?
Yep.
I guess we are at that time of day, anyway. So, yeah, I guess this has been touching grass. Get out there and touch some grass, y'all.
I'm going to just while we're on air, I want to say this so that it holds my feet to the fire. New series starting on Monday. Expect it. It's gonna happen.
Yay, new bedtime stories.
Well, maybe they're stories, maybe they're not. You'll see.
But, yeah, if you enjoyed it, smash the like button, leave a comment. Tune in next time, whenever we do that.
We'll do what we can.
But, yep. Make sure you subscribe to ShifterChaos.
You can find me on the YouTubes. Make sure you're subscribed to Blaumagier. Like, you're here. You should do it anyways.
And, yep, that's it. I'm out. Are you gonna say bye?
Bye!